I stopped in Trinidad, and I thought, I don't know what my thinking was, but I pulled over. I saw Walmart and I stopped and got off the interstate and stopped at the Walmart. Went inside. I bought this cool headband. I just needed to get off the road. And then I called my mom in the parking lot when I was in the parking lot because I was debating, should I stay or whatever. I knew she would talk me into staying because, well, okay, here's the deal. I wanted to call my mom because I haven't really spoken to her since I've been on the trip. However, I was texting my sister and she was telling my mom, and I was posting on Facebook and both my brother and sister were telling her. However, I know if she was watching the news or heard anything about how bad the weather was on I-25, the road I was traveling on, that she would worry. So I called her and I said, I'm in Trinidad and I was at the Walmart and I was just thinking that I might stay, I might just book a hotel or stay at the same place I did in Raton and spend the night and don't worry about me coming tonight and I'm not on the road and, I'm safe and all this. And she said, oh, I think that's a great idea. Just stay, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So mom's in a good place. I'm in a good place. I got an Expedia. I think it was Expedia. Yeah. It was either book.com. No, I think it was Expedia. Anyway, I got online. I booked the place. And then I got in the car and drove over here. And check-in is usually about 3 or 4 o'clock. And I got here about 3-ish. And I thought, you know what? I hadn't had lunch. So I was going to stop and have lunch. And I'm on Yelp looking for places. Now, the town is icy and I'm not slushy. It's gross. It's like wet snow, slushy. And so I was driving around. I typed in a few things in Yelp, and the place that I went to was closed. I was like, it closed at 2, and it was actually 2:30 when I got there. Okay, so then I checked out another place, and I drove to it. Well, Yelp tells me I'm there. Well, the directions say that I'm there, so I get out, and I walk in, and I'm like, this is a Mexican restaurant. This is not the place I was looking for. I don't know if it was next door, or if it changed, or whatever, but here I am. And at this point, I'm like, I am staying here. I'm going to have a beer, I'm going to have, sit down and eat. And so I had a beer, which helped me kind of take the edge off a little bit because seriously, the road was a little bit stressful. And so I had lunch and then I came over here to the hotel and it was just, 3:30-ish. And, no, I almost forgot. So while I was eating dinner, the lights were flickering on and off like they did when I made the last video, and then poof, they went off. And I thought, oh, I'm sure I'm glad that I have some cash, so they probably can't bring it into a credit card or whatever. So anyway, I finished dinner, and then I came over to the hotel, and I told them I made reservations. I said, but it was only like an hour ago or so. And he said, we have no power. And I said, I know, I was just eating, down the street. And so I showed him my reservations on my phone, and he said, do you need 2 beds? Because it was some special, and it happened to be two twin beds. And I said, no, I don't need 2 beds. And he goes, I'll upgrade you. We'll put you in the suite. I have a suite. Seriously. So anyway, it is now like 6 o'clock, and we've been without power since 3. So what have I been doing? I have all kinds of chargers, and actually have another one. The light is coming from my iPhone, and my flashlight, because I have a headlamp, right? Girl Scout. Okay, so anyway, while it was still light, it was 3 o'clock, I left the curtain open, and I kind of unpacked my stuff, and then I started charging stuff up, and I did a little Facebook stuff, and just kind of, whatever. And then I said to myself, I am going to soak in the tub, because that doesn't, I don't need electricity for that. And I had this little, these are the salts, bath salts. So, I had a really good time. And I have a cooler over there, so I have water and I have drinks. I got this when I was at that little gas station. It's good. So yeah, I feel comfy and cozy, and I have a book to read that I'll probably read, with my little headlamp. Jewel just called me, so I had a nice conversation with her, and I'm content. I'm safe here and content. I don't know whether the electricity will come back on. I flicked a few lights on in case it comes on. That way I'll have some clue that, yeah, it's on. Otherwise, I'll just, after I read my book, I'm just going to go to sleep. I brought, where is it? Oh, it's one of the Wizard of Oz books, but it's called Dorothy Must Die, but it's a pretty good book. And I'll tell you what, I felt like, I thought I put it over here. Anyway, I'll have to look for it. I felt like good old Dorothy, Wizard of Oz. Seriously, at one point, the wind was so bad, I was being pelted with like rocks and stuff and twigs. I was like, oh my gosh. And now, people talk, but when I was in Walmart, somebody said that the winds were 100 miles per hour. I don't know if that's true, but I also heard that they had closed the freeway where some of the semis had gone into the road, and all of them were off the road. They actually looked like they didn't land on the road, but that may be because they dragged them off. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, no more driving for me tonight. I was like, done, but I feel good now. And so this is part 3. We still have not made it home yet. We are still in a full vacation mode, so that's cool. But anyway, I will talk to you all later. Hopefully next time there'll be electricity, right? And I don't know when these are going to post. I have this little Skyroam thing, but it doesn't have enough juice or whatever to post to the internet. It's letting me use the internet, but it won't post to YouTube. So whatever. You guys will see this later, right? It's all good. Bye.